all that?
Well, absolutely. The military capabilities of Iran have been absolutely reduced. They still have the capability to wreak havoc in the Middle East. We have to understand that this has really not gotten as bad as it can get. If they were to choose to hit the power plants for our allies in that area, to include our U.S. bases, then we would be in terrible trouble. And even worse than that, if they chose to hit the desalination facilities for U.S. bases as well as the Middle East, that could actually cripple that entire area because they don't have any water in terms of rivers. They take it from the ocean.
So if the U.S. were to bow out now, or allow the status quo to then persist, you have said, Peter, that you fear a potential for history to repeat itself. How so?
Well, I mean, we have this sort of strategic narcissism where we say, we're ready to war. Well, other people can have a vote. We said we ended the war in Iraq in 2011. 3 years later, ISIS was marching almost at the gates of Baghdad. So, I mean, the Israelis have different strategic goals than we do. They want state collapse. We don't necessarily want that. And then other players in the region have their own goals. And of course, the Iranian regime, we may have something that's even worse, that is the sort of the next iteration. So I just think if we say the war is over, we've seen this movie before, it doesn't necessarily mean that the conflict is over.
Speaking of who has a say, I want to play for a second Secretary Hegseth at the Pentagon, who says that the Pentagon has a voice in negotiations. Listen to this.
We see ourselves as part of this negotiation as well. We negotiate with bombs. You have a choice as we loiter over the top of Tehran, as the president talked about your future. The president has made it clear that you will not have a nuclear weapon.
We negotiate with bombs? That doesn't sound right.
Very few things the Secretary of Defense sound right. They're not logical. It's bantering. It's really reflecting his education experience as a major in the D.C. National Guard. By the way, I was a member of the D.C. National Guard. I'm not trying to diminish those young majors that are there. But he does not have the experience, and the way that he talks does not reflect anything that's logical. Negotiating with bombs? What the heck does that mean?
A lingering question. Thank you, Jonathan. Up next, Mar-a-Lago goes blue.